Hello, family and friends. Today we're going to be looking at some vincas and zinnias. One thing that they do have in common, they can handle the heat, and they are very eye-catching. Okay, they can handle the heat, they're very eye-catching, and they will last all the way until frost. Take a closer look at these zinnias. You'll see that there's buds here in different stages. We have this really small one down in here. See the little tiny one? Waiting for it to focus. And there's another one here. Okay, and then you can see the petals developing on that one. And the petals get longer, and then they develop into a dome shape like this. And that's what I like about them. So we're gonna go through and pluck some of these damaged leaves, clip those off, and we're just gonna water them real good and take a look at them. We're gonna also clean up these vincas. The vincas are wind blown, and they were in some heavy rain yesterday, but you can see that there's a lot of buds up here. See the buds? They're going to be opening up, and this thing is going to be flooded with color. So we're going to go through and get rid of the spent blooms and the damaged leaves. That's pretty much all I'm going to be doing with these so far. Then we'll be putting them in an area. We're looking for a spot to put them, preferably full sun, and we'll just be watering them probably twice a week. Now, with the temperatures in the triple digits, we'll be watering more than that after the first inch of soil is dry. Let's take a look at this raised bed. We have a haul of things to put in here. We did this back in May, and we used the Kong Red, the Dusty Millers, some Vincas, and Coleus. Now, we put in some Miracle Grow garden soil, and it really is, it really performed. We have the Silver Falls here doing a transplant, excuse me, a repot with these, and you can see that the roots have just started to get root bound. So she's going to loosen those up, and so that they move freely through the soil and can grab water. See, if she didn't do that, they would continue to go in that circular pattern and choke each other out. Well, you can see that this is a very healthy plant, and once she frees those roots up, that Silver Falls will start to trail. She's going to put that in this circular pot. I was about to drill some holes, but I realized that the next day when I got back, that with it being so hot in the metal, the water was drying up, and they really didn't need holes for drainage. Now that might not work where you are, but it did fine for us. And these she's gonna be hanging these up once we get the proper hooks for this wall. Okay. Put it up like something like that. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Put it back up there. Oh yeah. Okay. That's going to really look nice when we get those up there because the Silver Falls needs room to trail. And if you have hanging baskets, they're ideal, or either tall pots. I've heard that people have used Silver Falls to prevent erosion. I'm not sure about that, but they are beautiful. They hang down nice, and they don't take over the whole pot like potato vines do. And this turned out to be nice. This was back in May, and we had the plants spaced out and to give them room to grow. Beautiful. Dusty Millers, the Glass Art, Sun Patience. Got everything spaced. See, right now they're in the shade, but for the most part, this bed gets sun for 6 or more hours of sunlight. This coleus started off as a soccer ball size plant. Look at the detail on the edges of those leaves. Beautiful. The lavender, Silver Falls, and Sun Patience. You see that there's more buds to open up, and they are beautiful with those serrated leaves. Got the root beer glass art on this end. And just these few plants here make a nice combination because they have similar needs. Now you see this pot here with that coleus in the middle. We have the two creeping jennies on both sides and the silver falls in the front. And in June, look at the growth difference. Amazing. That thing just took off and just got huge all of a sudden. Now in June, you can still see the pot. And in August, this thing almost swallowed the pot. It's really hanging over. You you can't see the pot actually. Look, let me dig up under here. Look, you see how much is being hidden, and this really performed with that good soil and fertilizer. Beautiful. Now let's look at the raised bed. Everything is really touching. The coleus in the middle got huge, and the Dusty Miller looked like it got swallowed up. Remember the space we had next to that glass art with that Dusty Miller? All gone. I like the way that the veins in these leaves go into the that lime green color with the plum. Beautiful. It's a nice contrast. Very showy type of leaf. And on these plants, I don't see not one brown leaf or damaged or bug bites or anything. Beautiful. These are doing really good, and we're excited. Look down in there, and these still have buds that haven't opened. These are your sun patients, and right behind that glass art, there's a Dusty Miller, but it's just not growing as fast as these are because they are fertilizer hogs, and they just sucked all the all of the nutrients out of the soil a lot faster than the Dusty Millers did. Another look at this pot. Look at that. It almost looks like it would topple over because of the size of the pot. This thing got huge, and it really performed. Look at Janice's new toy. She's fine-tuning the bush. I laughed about them at first, but they are amazing. She really gives this hedge the manicured look. Beautiful. Now back to the zinnias. These are some beautiful, showy blooms on here. They're full sun. They can really handle the heat. And we have a lot of blooms about to open. And they have that dome-shaped flower. And it's amazing how many petals comes out of this little bud. So once the bud starts opening and the petals start developing, you get this beautiful zinnia. Amazing. We have the trailing vincas here. in this cottage garden. In this spot here was empty, so we just put a trailing vinca there to fill in with some color. The coleus, we have this rust-colored coleus with the chartreuse border on it. The lime green coleus, and over here we have the three sun patients. Looks a little shady in this spot, but for the most part, that area gets a lot of sun. This is a shady garden, but it has like big openings in the branches. So some spots of the garden get a lot of sun, and some spots get shade and filtered light. We have the calibrachoas over here with the lantana and some vincas. We have a patch of them here, all white. And as we go over here, let's go in close so you can see the way that these lantana look. We're going to have a full bush with those on it, those cluster blooms. And over here, these are blooming nicely. And the colors, there's some cohesion in the colors here. We have the magenta and the salmon and orange. Um, Fuchsia, hot pink. I get those shades of colors mixed up, but they are beautiful. So once this starts filling in and getting full of blooms, oh, the butterfly bush, we should have cut that back. Um, Next year, I'll know to cut that back earlier. And the calibrachoas, look at them with that yellow center, beautiful. And on the walkway here, we have some dianthus. I don't think these got enough sun, but they have that one bloom there. And the foliage looks really healthy. We will pay more attention to the sunlight in this bed because it's kind of tricky, but you're able to put color all through this garden. And around this bird bath, we have some impatiens. Look at the detail on this bird bath with the hummingbirds and flowers. And back to the coleus. The ceramic mushroom and the sun patience. Let me show you these leaves here. The leaves are serrated and have a jagged edge, kind of like a steak knife. See those points? But they won't hurt you. The leaves are soft, the points are soft, and they are a beautiful, beautiful flower with those blooms. Amazing. We were able to get these zinnia from the nursery, and they were the last handful of them. And we have another calibrachoa to put into the cottage garden. Just checking these out for any spent blooms, burnt leaves, or pest, and just getting those ready to go. And we're going to take two of these and put them in pots here in the backyard. So just giving them the once over before we take them out to the cottage garden at another location. This calibrachoa is nice and full. It looks healthy, and it's ready to go. Go in close on this zinnia. Beautiful. Now, with this pot here, I bumped it up maybe an inch all the way around. In this pot is not much bigger than the hanging basket, but it gives the roots a little more room to stretch out and get water and nutrients. And the soil we put in will hold moisture for a little while, but it's drainable. We want to keep drainable soil in here. And I have the hole ready for this, for the zinnia. We're putting that there because we have other orange plants in here, and we want to kind of not make it We want it to still look natural, but we want some balance with the colors, and we want different textures. And these lantana, I just can't stop staring at them because they are amazing. You have the yellow in there, the fuchsia, there's the orange, then there's a blend of orange and fuchsia, and it goes really nice with the calibrachoas with that pink and yellow center. So we'll be positioning this as we alternate the colors, and I'm going to tuck in some more soil around the outer edge. And before I put that calibrachoa in the pot, there was some soil up under there, and I still leave a couple of inches on top. Now look how this zinnia opens up. Beautiful. You can see how the leaves, the petals just flatten out in the disc shape at first, and then it just goes into that dome. Now, this is going to be going right here. You can see the soil is really dry and compact. So I'm going to be putting in some good garden soil. I'm going to go with the Miracle Grow because it's full of nutrients and it's drainable, but it still holds the moisture long enough so that the flowers get what they need. I recommend that I use it on everything. Look at the roots on this. So this is really, this zinnia is going to do fine here. It'll get plenty of sun, and it'll fit in with the theme of what's going on in the garden. So we're going to backfill it, get the soil around and under the root ball without putting the soil up against the stems. These zinnias are awesome. They bring pop to the garden. Uh, Nice color. We only put one in here, and I think we're going to slide. We're going to slide the center pots out so that it's more of a curve to the pots instead of a straight line. Curves look more natural, and we have alternated the colors. And this is going to be nice. Once they start filling in, it's going to be beautiful. Look at these more with more of a curve to them. See, that looks a lot better. So we're going to be doing updates on this, and we'll be able to see the progress in this area and different sections of the garden. We're going to be putting in flowers as we go, different plants for color and texture. It's amazing to be able to bring color to a garden that seems like it's shady. This garden has, like I said, like a bunch of different openings in the branches, and you're able to put color in different parts of the garden. This is one last look before we shoot back to the house and use those last couple of zinnias. Just wanted to put tuck in a few flowers here and there to bring some color to this garden. These are going to fill in nicely and look beautiful. Looking forward to it. We're going to be doing updates, and I'm going to definitely keep you updated on these because it's going to be amazing when all these colors start filling in. And I do believe just before the fall, we're going to be putting these lantana in the ground so that they can come back next year. Now, the lantanas will come back, but the calibrachoa and the zinnia, those are annuals. And they are spaced out, so the plants that come back will be structured and ready for the season. Now, this pot here, we're going to be putting some Miracle Grow garden soil in there. I usually go with the potting soil, but it's been so hot, we need something that's going to hold moisture just a little bit longer. and it's good and drainable so that the plants will get what they need. Look at the detail on this pot. It's just a plastic pot, but it's got some ridges on the side, and it's beautiful. It'll go with the other pots on the fire pit. Okay, I'm gonna slip this out, and it's not root bound. The roots look healthy. I don't see any root rot. So I'm just gonna put this right in the center and put some soil around it. You can see that it's not all the way up to the top because that will leave room for your water. So you can just flood it out and just let that water soak in. Okay, she's starting off with the hand trowel to go around. And, oh, she has a different technique. Watch this. Okay. Not only is she using the pot to get more soil in, watch this here. I was really, I'm not going to say fascinated, but I really like what she did with this. Watch this move. Okay, you see how I'm just looking at the blooms. Okay, look. She's putting the soil in and turning the pot at the same time so that it's getting soil completely around the flower. Nice. Very nice. Just going to water it in so that we have no air pockets, and the soil is not above the root ball. Okay, you see the stems there, and away from the leaves to avoid root rot. Okay, so there's your pot of zinnias sitting there looking beautiful. That's a nice contrast with that orange up against that blue pot. You have the nice showy blooms, and this is really something beautiful to look at. Thanks for watching.